A wise sayings of Imam Jafar al-Sadiq, master of the Sufi masters. Intellect is that with which people worship the most gracious, Allah, and with which they obtain gardens. The most perfect of men in intellect is the best of them in ethics. Intellect is the pillar of man. Intellect is the guide of the believer. The perfection of intellect is in three things: humbleness for Allah, good certainty, and silence except for good. Ignorance is in three things: haughtiness, the intents of dispute, and the ignorance in Allah. The best nature of intellect is worship, the strongest speech for it is knowledge, and its most abundant luck is maxim. To consider knowledge very much opens intellect. Knowledge is a shield, truthfulness is might, ignorance is abasement, understanding is glory, generosity is success. Good behavior causes friendship. He who has knowledge about his time, ambiguous things do not attack him, and determination is mistrust. If you want that you are honored, then be soft. And if you want that you are abused, then be rough. He whose origin is noble, his heart is soft, and he whose race is rough, his liver is thick. Whoever is extreme gets involved, and whoever is afraid of the consequence refrains from entering what he does not know. Whoever attacks a matter without knowledge cuts off his own nose. Scholars are trustees, the Allah-fearing are strongholds, and guardians are masters. Verily, knowledge is a lock and its key is the question. Whoever acts without prescience is like the walker without way, the speed of walking does not increase him but farness. Allah does not accept any act without knowledge, there is no knowledge without act, so whoever knows, knowledge leads him to act, and whoever does not act gets no knowledge, but belief is a little of a little. The favor is not perfected but with three things: by doing it quickly, debasing it, and hiding it. Not everyone who sees a thing is able to do it, not everyone who is able to do a thing is successful in doing it, and not everyone who is successful in it. When intention, ability, success, and righteousness come together, happiness occurs. Four things of which little is much: fire, enmity, poverty, and illness. 20-day friendship is a relationship. Whoever does not feel shame during absence and does not repent during old age and does not fear Allah during loneliness, then he is no good. Whoever honors you, then honor him. And whoever scorns you, then honor yourself from him. To forbid generosity is mistrust in Allah. Verily, the family of a person are his prisoners, so whomever is bestowed upon him, then he should be generous toward them, and if he does not do that, that favor is about to disappear from him. Three things, with which Allah does not increase the Muslim person but glory: to forgive him who wrongs him, to give him who deprives him, to visit him who abandons him. Enough for the fear of Allah is knowledge, and enough for self-conceit is ignorance. The noble man should not turn up his nose at four things: his standing from his sitting for his father, his service for his guest, taking care of his riding animal even if he has 100 slaves, and his service for his teacher. Religious scholars are the trustees of prophets unless they come to the doors of supreme rulers. Verily, with his justice, Allah has put comfort and ease in certainty and satisfaction, and put worry and sorrow and doubt and anger. The head of the obedience of Allah is patience and pleasure for what Allah likes and dislikes for the servant, and if the servant is satisfied with what Allah likes and dislikes for him, it will be good for him in what he likes and dislikes. Indeed, the most knowledge of all men in Allah is the most satisfied of them with death. Do not backbite, so you are backbited, and do not dig a judge you would be judged by. Beware of joking because it loses face and the dignity of men. Do not dispute, so your glory goes, and do not joke, so you are dared, so men dare to say rude things about you. Beware of the dispute because it brings about the hateful ugly thing and shows the defect. Whoever is not shy of seeking legal livelihood, his provisions is light, and his family leads a life of ease and comfort. I wonder at him who is miserly for life in this world and it is coming towards him, or is miserly in it and it is turning away from him, so neither spending with coming harms him nor miserliness with turning away avails him. The prisoner is he whose life in this world imprisons him from his next life. Do not make your hearts busy thinking about bygone, so you divert your minds from getting ready to what has not come yet. The richest riches is he who is not captive for greed. Nothing is better than silence, no enemy is more harmful than ignorance, and no illness is more dangerous than telling lies. 3 things, with which no thing is harmful: the prayers during distress, asking Allah's forgiveness during the sin, and thankfulness during the blessing. The believer is popular, and there is no good in him who neither associates nor is associated. It was said to him, "What is good behavior?" He, peace be on him, said, "Make yourself gentle, make your words good, and receive your brother with cheerfulness." He whose tongue is truthful his act grows, he whose intention is good his livelihood is increased, and he whose charity is good for the members of his house his age is prolonged. Modesty is a part of belief. He whose face is soft his knowledge is soft. He who has no modesty has no belief. 3 things are of the noble acts of here and hereafter: forgive him who has wronged you, visit him who has abandoned you, and be patient when you are treated with ignorance. Whoever is gentle in obtaining his matter obtains what he wants from men. Justice is sweeter than the water the thirsty person hath. To request needs from men takes dignity and removes modesty, and to despair of what is in the hands of men is glory for the believer in his religion. To visit blood relatives improves manners, makes the self good, increases livelihood, and delays death. If you are not patient, then pretend to be patient. Whoever prevents his hand from men prevents only one hand, and they prevent many hands. It is enough that the person depends on his brother when he requests his need from him. Allah loves to reconcile men after they have quarreled and bring them closer together after they have left each other.